Hi everybody, welcome to This Week in Data, your guide to modern data culture, brought to you by Pragmatic Works. I'm Adam Jorgensen.
And I'm Devin Knight, and today we're going to be looking at why our customers are adopting Power BI. Really interesting topic.
Yeah, we're seeing that a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. But first, we're going to talk a little bit about some news. We always do cover some news in our episodes.
We do want to keep our audience up to date.
Yeah, and so the first story that I have for you is about Uber. Do you use Uber?
I do use Uber a lot.
Yeah.
Yes. Is this going to be a problem? Am I going to have to stop using Uber?
It might be, depending on your opinion on this story.
Oh no, don't do that.
Uber, you might have already heard, they're making some big investments in self-driving cars.
Right.
So you might have heard about that a little bit. They actually made a pretty big acquisition of a company called Otto.
Okay.
O-T-T-O.
Not A-U-T-O.
No.
That would be too on the nose.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
too obvious. But what's significant about this company is they actually had and were building out self-driving trucks, like freight trucks.
Oh, okay.
And
That's what we need.
Yeah. Which is interesting though, because all of the folks from this company that are coming over to Uber were previously working on the Google self-driving car. So it shows you a little bit of a bigger investment in self-driving for Uber here.
Interesting.
And a lot of what's interesting about this company is they're more about modifying existing cars to do self-driving.
Instead of the whole from the ground up engineering. Gotcha.
Yeah, so kind of interesting. So what would you think if you had a self-driving car come up and pick you up?
I think if I didn't know that was going to happen, it would freak me out.
Yeah.
I think if I, got to try it at a, like a shopping mall or something, first to kind of make sure it didn't run off the road, maybe we'll see.
Okay.
I think it all depends on how badly I need to get somewhere. So, if I'm in New York and I'm late to a meeting and I got to go, I'm in. I'm hopping in. I don't think it could be any more
It might be
dangerous.
better in New York. I don't know.
I've been in some cabs and some other cars that had drivers.
Yeah.
I might trust a computer program
To do the job more than...
maybe a little more, depending upon where I am.
I could see that.
Yeah.
So the next story I have for you then is around virtual reality. Have you ever played with any VR technologies at all?
I have. So you're talking about like Oculus?
Yeah, this is actually about Oculus. Yeah.
Okay. Yep. They're very, very cool. Yeah. I'm pretty jazzed about trying to do more with that.
Do they give you any like motion sickness or anything? I've heard some people it does that to them.
No, I'm not weak. So
you're not weak.
I'm okay.
Just flat out, you're going to make that bold of a statement.
I am. Yeah. I don't get seasick. I don't get motion sick.
Well, the story here is around Minecraft, the game Minecraft. I don't know, a couple years back, Microsoft bought Minecraft. Huge game of the kids.
It is.
All the kids, that's the rage.
All the kids.
My kids love it. They're about to turn 7 and 5, and they love playing Minecraft. I don't know if they actually know what they're doing or not, but they're huge into it.
What does it matter?
It doesn't matter. That keeps them busy.
Right.
But Microsoft just released the Oculus Rift adapter for Windows 10 for Minecraft. So to be able to be more in depth into Minecraft.
So I can put on the Oculus.
Yep.
Go into my computer, into the Minecraft world.
Literally.
Not literally.
No, I said literally.
Literally.
Those of you that don't know, that is my biggest pet peeve, and when people say literally when they don't mean literally.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. So I can literally go into my computer.
You can literally go into your computer, yes.
And into the Minecraft world.
Yes.
Which is basically like blocks, right?
Right. Everything's blocks. So
it's like an Atari on the Xboxes, basically.
Pretty much.
Okay,
pretty much, yeah.
Make sure we're talking about the same.
So interesting stuff there. Now the last story I have for you, which is just a fun one.
So wait, are your kids getting Oculus?
No.
Are we leaking a Knight family Christmas present?
Absolutely not.
Oh.
Absolutely not. No.
Maybe Uncle Brian will pony up for that.
No, you better no.
Okay.
Although that's kind of the thing. You get your nephews and nieces the gifts that you would never want your kids to have. So
Gotcha. Okay.
The loud ones and things like that.
Good to know. Drum sets, that kind of thing.
Sets, yeah.
Gotcha.
So the last story I have for you is just kind of a fun one.
Okay.
Is someone actually created the first level of Super Mario Brothers, the first one, inside of an Excel spreadsheet.
What?
And you can fully play the first level of Super Mario Brothers in an Excel spreadsheet.
Is this what you've been doing all morning?
Well, you saw I had Excel open when you walked in the door earlier.
Well, right. I mean, I thought you were doing like hardcore business analysis, planning our products.
Sure.
Here, it
has. I actually watched the video of it. It has full-on Super Mario sounds, music.
Wow.
You get a star. You have the star music that goes with it.
That's pretty crazy. We'll make sure to put a link to that in the notes for in the YouTube notes.
Yes.
So you guys can all check that out. That's pretty cool.
So if you're somebody that sits in Excel all day and you really need to, you can't leave Excel. You need to escape. Yeah.
Right.
Then you got.
But your boss needs to see Excel open.
Right.
Then this is an option for you.
Yep. So that's what we got for you for news today. Hope you guys enjoyed those.
Yeah, that's great. So we talked earlier in the show about really diving into Power BI as our topic.
Yeah.
What we have customers that are adopting Power BI, but we have a lot of customers who still don't know what Power BI is. Mm-hmm. We talked about Excel. That's kind of in there somewhere. So talk to me a little bit about what Power BI is and why it matters to people.
Yeah, so this could be a 30-minute discussion just for this one question, but let's make it pretty brief here, a couple sentences. Power BI is a really cool tool that allows business analysts, developers, really anybody, anyone that works with data to be able to create their own solutions and to be able to pull data from all sorts of different data sources. So it has really three components to it. One is being able to go get your data. So it has a data discovery phase to go find your data from whatever data sources you have, pull them together, and we can talk more about what that means here in a little bit, but pull them together inside of Power BI through the application that they have called Power BI Desktop. We'll talk more about that. And then create what's called a data model on top of it. And again, that's a big discussion on what that is. But a data model is basically taking those data sources you have and organizing them, creating relationships, creating calculations on top of them so you can make decisions on them.
Now, we know people that are data modelers.
Right.
Do I need to be a data modeler to do that? Or
not necessarily.
Is it easy enough that I can kind of make it work?
Yeah, you don't necessarily have to be a data modeler. You can probably understand. The tool's very intuitive. It's all drag and drop. You don't have to be an expert data modeler.
So if I understand my business and my data, hopefully I should be able to drag and drop and connect it up.
Exactly, yeah. And it's more designed around the business user and understanding how, if you understand the business, you should be able to work with the tool.
Okay, great.
The last big significant step is the data visualization side. So taking what you've imported from different data sources and you've organized in the data model, finally presenting it through the data presentation layer.
Right.
There's a lot of different visuals. We'll talk about that a little bit more as we discuss here.
Okay.
But there's a lot of ways you can visualize it. And then really, there's a fourth step, is going to share it with someone else. So how do you get it shared with others? It's through the Power BI service. So just briefly here, the Power BI service is a cloud offering, at least right now, as of the time of us recording this.
Yes.
It is only available through the cloud. If you go to powerbi.com, you can sign up for a free trial and try it out yourself. But that's where you can go and actually publish what you create in the desktop application, which is called Power BI Desktop.
Makes sense.
And you develop application there, publish it to the web, and then share with others. Now, in the future, there's rumors that there may be ways of being able to see that not just through cloud offerings, but through on-premises offerings as well. In fact, the framework for that has already been laid out in SQL Server 2016.
So we use Power BI Desktop to go get our data from wherever it is in the organization, kind of put it together, model it, create a way to visualize it, and then we can use that just for ourselves if we want to. But if we want to actually put that into action, we share it, put it up on powerbi.com for just our company, our organization to use and share and collaborate on.
You got it.
Is that correct?
You got it.
I got it.
You nailed it.
I should write that down.
Should we do one of these?
We should.
There we go.
So, what makes Power BI better than, maybe I can do some of that with traditional business intelligence tools. Why is this different?
Yeah, so if you've worked in more traditional corporate IT and BI departments, then you've probably used maybe Oracle, maybe SQL Server. There's a lot of other tools out there for being able to do BI projects. But if you've worked in those environments in more traditional BI, you'll know pretty quickly that those are very long, lengthy processes. Nothing gets done very quickly that often. It's not, there's attempts through project planning to make it more agile, but the technology itself isn't as agile as you maybe want it to be. So Power BI has a lot of great features that make it much quicker to develop in. It's also designed for I would call them a power user in mind, or that more power user in Excel. So someone that's very familiar with Excel and knows what they're doing with Excel.
Gotcha.
It's designed for them. So here's my litmus test for if your users are ready for Power BI. If they're heavy Excel users already, if they know how to write Excel formulas, which a lot of them do,
that's true.
And if they're working with pivot tables, then they're probably ready for something like this.
Yeah, that seems like it makes a lot of sense. I think what we're saying is somebody who would normally be the primary customer of that BI team can now take Power BI and take a lot of that workload off the BI team and be more collaborative, creating things faster, and maybe it becomes an enterprise solution at some point, but
yeah,
they can get done what they need to get done a lot faster, and then still collaborate on it, still share it, and do
exactly.
what they need to do.
And it doesn't mean that Enterprise BI is going away by any means. Enterprise BI is going to be around for a long time. Maybe not for you, but for me it might be.
We'll see. So you mentioned there's kind of that litmus test, right? So for those folks, and for the folks that are adopting Power BI, I mean, what are you seeing as the major drivers for people really getting excited about it? Because there are some differences, there are some things that make it better. What are they?
Yeah, so I'll give you a top 5 list here of things.
Okay, I like top 5. I can remember 5.
I would say, we'll go low priority to high priority here. Okay. I'd say mobile BI, which is becoming more and more a high priority for folks, but it has mobile capabilities, which are built in. We'll talk more about that. It's the Power BI app, which you can download for Android, Apple, Windows, all those have Power BI.
We use that here at Pragmatic Works.
We do,
right?
Yeah, I check it on a regular basis each morning.
Right.
I check it, and then within the mobile applications, you also have the ability to do things like data alerts. So let me know if there's been a change in my data, if we've gone above or below a certain metric. I want to be notified of it, just like you get notified when you have an email.
Right. So every month when our sales cross $100 million, we get an alert.
Yep.
See?
Absolutely.
That's how it works. That's how it works.
The next one here, we mentioned this a little bit, is how easy it is to develop. So the ease of development.
Right.
It is pretty simple for someone. We gave the litmus test of who is using this tool, but it's pretty simple for someone even in more of a power analyst role or power user role to be able to take what they know and develop a solution very quickly.
Right.
It's not a 6 months to a year project. It's a couple days, if not a couple hours project, potentially. Depends on the scope of your project.
Now, I noticed when you said that, you kind of started to point at me and then you pulled back. But I think this is a good example, right? So I don't have time every day to build out enterprise BI plans for the reporting that we need, but I also don't want to keep 5 of our folks busy just creating reports all the time. So it's important for me to be able to get in there. I know Excel formulas.
Yeah.
I do know how to use pivot tables. I spend a lot of time in that world. And Power BI has been a great tool for me to be able to take that to the next level.
Yeah, absolutely. And a great example of that as well is we have up in our sales office. I give a shout out to Jeremy Royce. He kills it on Power BI. He's a totally non-technical guy, sales guy. He's a sales guy, pure sales guy. But
not that there's anything wrong with that.
No, not that there's anything wrong with that. But he's one of our top guys in Power BI. He could deliver sessions on how to do Power BI, and he's written some blogs and articles, I think, for us as well on him doing that. So great guy and knows exactly what he's doing.
So we've got mobile BI, mobile reporting, those data alerts. That's very cool. We can build it pretty easily.
Yeah.
What else?
I would say number 3 on my list then would be data integration. So
you mentioned that.
Yeah, so being able to connect all these different silos of data that you have. So I have data that is, let's say for example, I use Oracle and that stores my human resources data.
Right.
And I have old mainframe stuff that I use for inventory data.
Right.
And I have SQL Server for sales data. And everybody's got random spreadsheets and Access databases around. Not a lot of people like to admit to the Access databases, but
everybody has it.
Everybody has it. So being able to take those data sources that we have all very much siloed together, and we're going through the very difficult task to be able to pull that information together and make decisions on across silos.
Right.
Power BI makes it very simple to do that. We've talked about that data discovery step, so actually taking it and telling it where our data's at, and then through the next step, the data modeling step, is where we can create those relationships and tell it how each of these are related to each other.
So how my HR data relates to my sales data to that.
Even if it doesn't
secret access database that's on Susie's desktop on her desk.
Even if those relationships don't exist in the data sources, you can create that kind of semantic, logical relationship in the model.
Right, and that's important because we know how much work goes in an enterprise solution to building the bridge to combine all that together. Power BI gives us a straightforward way to do that, drag and drop, that even a business user can drive without a developer.
Yep.
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah, so the next one I have for you is the interactive visualizations that Power BI has. So just built into Power BI, you have somewhere between 25 and 30. I don't have off the top of my head how many there, but somewhere between 25 and 30 built-in visuals that are provided to you that are very interactive, where as you drag in, let's say, a column chart and a filter of some kind, or a column chart and a line chart. If you click a column in the column chart, it's going to filter down the line chart. It's all interactive.
So it's all connected. Everything moves as I click and drag different things. It's all kind of evolves on the screen with me?
Right. Just by default, you don't have to do anything to make that happen, except for the relationships that we mentioned earlier.
Oh, because it has to know how they're connected.
Right.
Makes
Exactly.
sense.
Exactly.
Makes sense. That's fair.
Now, in addition to the 25 to 30 visuals that come by default with Power BI, you also can go to the custom visuals gallery.
Okay.
Which is a gallery where community members, Microsoft, other folks that have developed their own custom visuals have published so that you can use. There's more than 50 visuals there.
Wow. So almost 100 total.
Almost 100 total
Literally
visuals.
almost 100.
Literally about 75.
Okay. Which is almost 100.
Yeah, well maybe 80. Yeah, it's getting close. It's getting close there. And maybe by the time this video comes out, they'll pop a couple more custom visuals in there.
They are adding things to it constantly.
Yeah.
I mean, every week.
Yep.
That's amazing.
And so the custom visuals gallery you can go look at. If you go to visuals.powerbi.com, you can go find where you can download some of these custom visuals as well. And really, one of the things that we're doing to help with those custom visuals is we're releasing a free course.
Oh, that's right.
On Power BI custom visuals, because it's great that these things are out there, but there's no instructions on how to use them, unfortunately.
And that's one course once a week on our blog?
Yeah, so we are on our blog at pragmaticworks.com. If you check out our blog, we have once a week we release a new module to the course. So it's a new custom visual. And then on our on-demand training platform, we have all of them already pre-recorded.
That's all done there, right? So all of our on-demand training customers, they already have this and they're working with it.
Right, exactly.
That's awesome. So we've got mobile BI, we've got ease of development, we've got tons of data sources we can pull together, even that secret access database.
Yep.
And we've got visualizations to kind of bring it all home and showcase it.
Yeah.
What's number one? That seems like a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot of good ones.
So what's number one?
Number one I have for you is around the pricing. So it actually has a very flexible pricing model because of the fact that it's a cloud service.
Oh, interesting.
So because you have it's a cloud service, you're buying more of a subscription.
Right.
Okay. And they're very transparent with their pricing. You can go look on powerbi.com. If you look underneath the pricing section, you can see there's actually a free version of Power BI.
Okay. So we can get started for free.
Yep. There's a free version, and then there's the paid version, which as of right now is $9.99 per month per user.
Seems reasonable.
Yeah. So depending on, of course, how many users you have, it's very flexible, and you can move licenses around. They make it very easy for you to be able to manage that, which, especially when you compare it to some of the other tools that are on the market, is priced.
Big upfront price.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a totally different model.
Yep.
I think that's one that I hear about a lot, where customers are excited about being able to, get a team equipped for $100 a month.
Right.
You can literally go in and say you're running Office 365. It's $9.99 a month. Get started. They're not worried about the cost of the tool. And Microsoft has come out and said we want to build the best designer, the best platform, so they want that Power BI designer experience to be really top notch in the industry. And from what you're telling me, it's really on the right track.
Yeah. So we're curious what you guys think. Do you agree with our list? Is there something we're forgetting? Is there something that about Power BI that we didn't mention that you would like us to know about, that we should be thinking about? And why did you adopt Power BI if you are? What's holding you back from adopting Power BI? Yeah, exactly. So we'd love to hear from you about that. Now, I also want to tell you as well, we mentioned a little bit about our training. We also have a ton of Power BI training that we have available.
We do.
We have Power BI training that you can have on demand through our on-demand streaming platform. We have 4 different Power BI courses, which I would venture to say that's probably more than anyone else has right now.
Not only that, but Devin, I think the thing I'm most excited about, I'm most proud of that you and the team do especially with our Power BI training, is how on top of it you are in keeping it up to date. So I know unequivocally we have the most up-to-date Power BI training on the market, because as those new features are being planned, we're already baking them into the training, because you and the team and of course our field of consultants are already working with them with customers. But we've got that training up to date when the new products and the new features are being released, so our customers are getting the best of the best right up to speed, even faster than Microsoft can release.
Yeah, and that's something we didn't even bring up in our list, is how frequently they update it. So it's about a once a month update.
It's true.
To the desktop tool.
It's true.
And it's not any flimsy update. It's a significant change to the tool oftentimes. And so like you said, as those changes happen, we re-record modules, we fix things as needed. So it's definitely a fun process on my end to make that happen, where we do keep up with it. But I'm proud to say, we beat Microsoft on it, even when their training is already well out of date. The other kind of course that we have as well is a boot camp. So a boot camp is more of a deep dive course. It's with a live instructor on site, either at our office in Jacksonville or at a Microsoft office that we may be visiting. So look for those that are going to be coming around the country as well, where they can actually be there on site with us, and we can walk through a week full of Power BI.
Yeah, I always really enjoyed the boot camps because you have that instructor.
Yeah.
And, obviously for one of ours, it's, it's you or one of our other architects who really understands not only Power BI, but how it relates to everything that a customer would be doing.
Yeah.
And so for me, it was always a great chance to come in and say, well, I've kind of already played with this, so, maybe the first day I'm pretty good, but by the second or third day, I'm really into some new things.
Right.
And I feel like I can get all my questions answered and really get a lot of value out of those boot camps, and we try to make them, real experiences for everybody.
Yeah.
So I think they're a lot of fun.
And plus the last day, we actually reserve for you to bring in some of your own problems.
That's right.
Bring in your own problems. We'll show you how
data problems.
Yeah, not personal problems.
Not for that backfired one time. We weren't clear in the flyer. It needs to be data problems, please. We'll help you, I promise.
Well, again, let us know what you think about Power BI. We want to hear from you guys, and let us know what you want to see in our next episode. What are some topics that you want to hear us discuss and in our next episodes? And I really enjoyed doing this with you, man.
I think thanks. We have some great topics coming up too. I think we have things on cloud migrations and why people should or shouldn't move to the cloud and what to think about. So there's a lot of really exciting things coming in from you and coming in from comments on the blog and on YouTube. So keep it up. We're going to let you help us drive the topics, and we had a lot of fun today. So thanks for coming.
Thanks. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.